Okay, let's talk about your dream Oahu elopement. You're probably picturing something perfect, right? Just you, your partner, a stunning beach. The only thing you can hear are the waves and, the words that actually matter. It's not just about getting married, it's about creating this incredible, intentional moment that's all yours. So, how do we make that happen? Let's get into it.
So you're dreaming of that perfect, quiet ceremony. But then reality kind of creeps in, doesn't it? You start imagining those beautiful Oahu beaches, but you're also imagining them packed with people, crowds of tourists. Is that really how you want to remember one of the most intimate moments of your life? It's a real concern, that gap between the dream and what can actually happen.
And this really breaks it down, right? You've got two paths. Path one is the standard tourist spot. You get the crowds, the noise, and, let's be honest, zero intimacy. But then there's path two, a curated elopement. We're talking privacy, peace, and an experience that is 100% focused on you two. It's a completely different world. Okay, so where do you find that private, serene experience? Well, the good news is Oahu has these incredible, secluded sanctuaries that most tourists just walk right past. Let's pull back the curtain on a few of the island's best-kept secrets. All right, first on our list is Waimanalo Beach. Now, people are always looking for that hidden gem, and what's amazing is that one of Oahu's most stunning beaches is surprisingly quiet. It's kind of hiding in plain sight. And just look at this. What makes Waimanalo so special is this incredible combination. You get that powder-soft white sand and that impossible turquoise water. It's on the windward side of the island, which is naturally quieter. But the backdrop? Oh man, those dramatic Kualoa mountains just soaring up behind you. It's that picture-perfect, pinch me, I'm in Hawaii moment, but without having to share it with 1,000 other people. Okay, let's head over to the North Shore now for a totally different vibe. Our next spot is Kawela Bay. It's this little slice of heaven tucked away from the main hustle and bustle. This place, it's a true sanctuary. It's a protected cove, so the water is super calm and the whole atmosphere is just so peaceful. And those iconic ironwood trees, they create this gorgeous, almost magical canopy. If you're looking for ultimate uninterrupted privacy, this is it, seriously. All right, now if you're looking for scenery that is just absolutely epic, we need to talk about Kualoa Regional Park. And yeah, if this landscape looks familiar, it's because you've probably seen it in some huge blockbuster movies. I mean, the scale here is just mind-blowing. The mountains literally crash into the ocean. You get these massive, sweeping views. You've got that iconic little island, Mokoli, sitting right there offshore, and it's all framed by those insane cliffs. The craziest part? Even with all this cinematic beauty, it stays surprisingly uncrowded. It's incredible. So we've talked about these amazing locations, but a perfect location is really just the beginning. The real magic, the true art, is making the entire experience feel as simple and beautiful as the scenery itself. And getting that kind of privacy, it takes some intentional planning. I'm talking about simple choices that make a huge impact, like getting married on a weekday instead of a Saturday, or maybe even considering a sunrise ceremony. But then there's the other stuff, the official stuff. Navigating beach permits, knowing the local ins and outs. That's where having a true local expert in your corner becomes absolutely crucial. And really, that's the secret sauce. True luxury isn't about being over the top or extravagant. It's about having a seamless, perfectly curated experience. It's knowing that every single detail has been thought of and handled for you, so you can just be in the moment. It's simplicity, but perfected. So who makes this all happen? Who's the person behind the curtain making everything so seamless? This is where having unrivaled, Oahu-only expertise changes the entire game. Let me introduce you to Reverend James Chun and his team at Hawaii Wedding Studio. And here's the key. They focus exclusively on Oahu. This isn't just one of many islands they work on. This is their home. They have this deep understanding of the island's rhythm, all its secret spots, and exactly how to handle all the tricky permit stuff. And that single-minded focus is what takes a wedding from just good to absolutely flawless. But look, you don't have to take my word for it. Let's hear from couples who've actually lived it. Take Tammy here. She says it was the most perfect, stress-free wedding. And isn't that what it's all about? Perfect and stress-free. Or how about Thomas? He said the process was so easy and painless, which, let's face it, is the opposite of how most people describe wedding planning. That's what happens when you have an expert quietly handling everything in the background.
I love what Amanda said here. She uses two really important words, seamless and meaningful. Because it's one thing to have a day that runs smoothly. It's another thing entirely for it to also feel deeply personal and emotionally powerful. That's the goal, right there.
And finally, Bridget's words kind of wrap it all up perfectly. Seamless, professional, and filled with aloha spirit. That's the whole package. The flawless execution, the trust you get from true professionals, and that genuine warmth that you can only find here. So if this idea of a simple, elegant, and really personal elopement is speaking to you, if this feels right, then it's time to start your own journey. Your first step is super simple. Head over to hawaiiweddingminister.com. And I want to be clear, this isn't about scrolling through a generic list of packages. It's about starting a conversation to create something that is completely bespoke, designed just for you. When you get there, you'll be able to explore all of these curated locations we've talked about. You'll see exactly how the seamless planning process works, and you'll really understand the decades of local expertise that makes this whole thing possible. And hey, if you just want some beautiful inspiration in your feed, go follow @OahuMinister on Instagram. It's a great way to see what's possible. And don't worry, I've put all the links for you down in the description. You know, at the end of the day, it really comes down to this. That dream you have of a private, intimate Oahu elopement, it's not a fantasy. It is absolutely possible. So the only real question is, are you ready to leave the crowds behind and claim a day that is intentionally, beautifully, and completely yours? If this has helped you see what's possible, do us a favor and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for even more Oahu wedding tips and inspiration. Thanks so much for watching.